Hey, today's shoulder workout, it might look kind of fancy, but it's just old school blood and guts. It's all hard work. If this is a boxing match, you're in Tijuana, you're fighting Mexican style, you say, Pele pendejo, we're going to the middle ring, and it is vaquero rules, which means nobody backs up. You give it your all, you don't back down. What we started off was with a Tri-Contraction giant set. So what we do is, so going back to, Joe Weider and muscle priority, which simply means you do what's most important first. The first thing that's most important, we're talking about muscle building here, is the eccentric. So we started at that. So why do the eccentric overload first to kind of tire you else for the other stuff? That was a priority. We'll get the most growth there. So we start off with the eccentric overload. What is on that lateral raise machine? 5 reps. Doing a 5 count down, so it's the full stack Jay had on there, and I'm resisting down, pushing for 5 seconds. So if it's somebody new, you don't go to the the gym and see the random dude and be like, hey bro, you want to do this for me? Because you don't know who this person is. There has to be an established kind of relationship. I mean, that sounds kind of funny. There has to be some sort of someone you trust as a training partner to put the right amount of tension on the way down, so you get something out of it. And the flip side is it's not someone trying to rip your arm off either. So the key there and why that's so effective is it's even though it's an eccentric overload, it's still an isolation movement. So your job is resist. The other job is intentionality. You focus on that side delt as it goes down. That's all you think about is I'm gonna resist you, and you focus on that. Nothing else. The zone. Drop it. Okay, next, isometric contraction. We went to what we've already covered before, the crucifix hold. It's a great one for bodybuilders because most of them have never done any sort of isometric overloads. All you're gonna do there is hold the dumbbells out, is like you saw, straight to the side, 30 seconds. This one is stolen from strongman. If Bruce Lee was not too good to take fencing to increase his hand speed, then bodybuilders aren't too good to learn from strongman, and vice versa. Okay, and finally we finish off with a concentric only overload. What that was is a sled. So again, this is automatic intentionality. You have to have that intention on the side delts. He does his lateral raises right there with the just got the sled at Elite FTS, and actually this is just the rope, the whatever the hell the attachment for the sled. The sled's at home, but she's a sled here at destination, and he's doing lateral raises like that. And the key there, it's 90 seconds, is focusing on that side delt as you go. So if you can make this some sort of brouhaha, swinging all over the place like a wild banshee, or you can do it right and really focus on the intentionality of using those side delts. And we do that for 90 seconds straight. You don't focus on distance, you don't focus on reps. It's time and perfect technique with intentionality. And yes, I have a lot of caffeine today, but I'm passionate and I'm excited today. What do you say about that giant set?
Yeah, back to what Josh was saying on the giant sets, especially here when we're doing the side raises with the sled. The key is not to actually try to pull up, because it's real easy to pull with the front part of your delts. You want to make sure you're keeping it on the lateral. So if you ever try it, just make sure you're taking your time doing it. I mean, you're doing it for 90 seconds, so don't worry about the reps. Focus on doing it properly and making sure you're feeling. If you're feeling it anywhere else, you're doing it wrong. The whole time I felt it on the side delt the entire time. With the laterals, when Josh was giving me tension, same thing. It's when you feel tension from the top, you're gonna come down pretty fast. But the key is just trying to resist. You have to make sure that you're actually trying to resist, and be careful with, like you said, with who you have doing it, because if it can be any Joe Schmo, and some people, they like to train with the ego or help people with the ego, and they'll probably try to, jam your shoulder. You know what I mean? So definitely make sure you're doing it with someone that you trust.
And let me add something else. So you're gonna recover faster from the concentric only thing. So oftentimes you get a problem, or an issue of how to bring up a lagging body part. So covered all sorts of different ways to do it. So if let's just say you do a shoulder day per se, you do it once every 5 to 7 days or whatever you do. Okay, what you could do at the end of other workouts a couple times a week, if you're so today the primary focus on the medial part of the deltoids, the lateral part of the shoulder there. So what you could do is do this, say 2 or 3 days a week in addition, because you recover much faster. Take 5 minutes at the end of your, and at the end of the workout, instead of, scoping out the disco bunnies over there on the old Stairmaster, and trying to spit your game that hasn't worked in 10 years, do this, and do this for 5 minutes or so at the end of the workout a few times a week. Get a lot of reps in.
And with the sled too, also too, there's no eccentric.
That's why you recover.
There's no eccentric, so you do recover a lot faster. So definitely make sure you're using that, that side delt.